Hey guys, Sausage here, and welcome to Pokémon Heartgold. This is an introduction to a Nuzlocke run that I will be doing for this entire game. Now, for those of you who have absolutely no idea on what a Nuzlocke is, basically it's a set of rules you set yourself for a Pokemon game, and you've got to stick to them practically religiously. So pretty much the first rule is any Pokemon that faints in a battle is considered, in quotations, dead, and therefore it must be released or put into my Pokemon box storage permanently. So once a Pokemon of mine faints, I can't use it ever again. So if I'm in a battle and say for example my starter faints or a legendary I've got faints, I can't use it ever again. It needs to stay in my box or I have to release it. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. The player may only catch the first encountered Pokemon in each area and none else. So basically, every area I go in, so every different route I go in, every different cave I go in, if I'm surfing, if I'm fishing, no matter what it is, I can only capture the first Pokemon I encounter. If that Pokemon actually faints or runs away, that's it. No second chances. If it runs, if it faints, I can't get another Pokemon from that area. I will make a bend to this rule slightly, but I'll explain that in a little bit. Also, if the first encounter I have happens to be a double battle, then I get to choose which one of the two Pokemon I want to capture. Rule number 3. Now this isn't exactly a definitive rule, you don't actually have to have it, but I'm going to do it for the sake of this Nuzlocke. Every single Pokemon I capture, or I'm given, or I'm traded, or anything like that, I will have to give a nickname to. And this is basically just to increase your bond with the Pokemon, so that when you do release it, it's harder for you to do. Or if something faints, you'll want to keep it alive, increases the tension, so it's basically for that. Now, there is a slight twist to this Pokemon Heartgold run. It's not just going to be a basic Nuzlocke run, because a lot of people over YouTube have done that, and I'm guaranteeing a lot of people have done this, but it's not as well seen that I've seen, as far as I know. So, what I will be doing is what's known as a randomizer. Basically, every single thing you can think of in the game gets randomized, pretty much. Only I am allowed to select certain things that do or don't get randomized. So, what will be randomized is the following. Starter Pokemon. In this, you're supposed to get Cyndaquil, Totodile, or Chikorita. They will not be Cyndaquil, Totodile, or Chikorita. In fact, it will pick one of any Pokemon that you can get within this game. I think it goes all the way up to Gen 5. So anything from Gen 1 to Gen 5 I can potentially get as a starter Pokemon. The same thing applies to trainers and I believe gym leaders. So trainers and gym leaders will have completely random Pokemon when I battle them. This can include legendary Pokemon. I could be sending out like my level 3 Pidgey and all of a sudden they throw out a level 5 Kyogre. Yeah, it's gonna get insane. Wild Pokemon, again, completely randomized. I can capture absolutely anything, anywhere. So when it does this Nuzlocke run, my first Pokemon I might encounter on a route might be a legendary. It might very well be Ho-Oh. I hope it keeps their level to the level of that area. I'm hoping it does that. If it doesn't, then I'm going to see if I can't tweak it. But the way I'm going to bend that you only allowed to capture one per route, if I happen to encounter a legendary, this is my rule bending, if I happen to encounter a legendary and it kills itself or it disappears on that route as my first encounter, that won't count, unless I catch it. If I catch that legendary, because they have such a low capture rate, if I catch it then it's pot luck, I've got a legendary, I won't need to capture anything on that route. If I don't catch it or it kills itself or I accidentally kill it, I will try and find something else that's not a legendary. That's the only rule I am bending. Anyway, swiftly moving on for what else is randomized. Static Pokemon. Now, what I mean by static Pokemon, for those of you who have played it, it's all of the legendaries that are sat there out in the open. You don't have to encounter them in the wild. You walk up, press your button, you'll start your fight with them. So in this one, it'll be things like Ho-Oh, it'll be things like, if you had Soul Silver, Lugia. I don't know what else you can get that's set stationary in this. I think the legendary dogs, I'm not sure. but they will be swapped. They will be swapped with a different legendary. So anything that's legendary that's static will be a different legendary. So where I'm supposed to get Ho-Oh, I could potentially get a Jirachi, a Mew, a Celebi. Where I'm supposed to get things like Lapras, because I know Lapras is a normal one. You will have it swapped for a completely different normal Pokemon. So where Lapras is supposed to be, I could potentially just get something like a Bidoof. Yeah, it's possible. Anyway, the final thing that's being randomized by the randomizer will be in-game trades. So anything that's a guy in game wants to trade you will be completely random. It will even have randomized nickname and IVs. So, if I remember rightly, in the first major town, Violet City, or Violet Town, whatever it's called, there is someone who wants to trade an Bellsprout for an Onix. If I remember rightly. That will be trade a Bellsprout for an Onix, but I will not receive an Onix. I will receive something completely at random with a random nickname and random IVs. So that could be fun. I could trade him a Bellsprout and in return I get a Deoxys. Who knows? So this is basically what I'm going to do. If you're interested in how to do this, there will be something in the description below. There will be a seed for the randomizer, also the config string if you need that. But yeah, basically I'm going to play the game and do a Nuzlocke Randomizer. So if you're interested in watching a different way of playing Pokemon, definitely stick around for episode 1, because this is just the introduction. This is just me getting all of this talking out of the way. So next episode you'll jump straight into the game and I will see what three starters they have given me to choose from, which will be absolutely hilarious. So thank you all very much for watching this, and I hope to catch you in episode 1. Take care and goodbye.